My mother-in-law ruined my hair in my sleep because she thought I was cheating on her son.
Just cut off her hair.
Yeah.
Easy.
Eye for an eye.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still processing this, but I need to get it off my chest. Last night, I woke up and realized someone had destroyed my hair.
This is a woman's worst nightmare.
I mean, would you like to have your hair shaved off?
No.
Is it exclusive to women,
Alex?
Alex?
It is not, but it is more extreme for women.
I guess if you have long hair. By the way, this comes from Evie Stevie on the OK Storytime subreddit. So one side is a jagged pixie cut and the other side hangs awkwardly past my shoulder. First, I thought I was losing my mind. Maybe I sleepwalked or something, but no. I confronted my husband, Tim, because he's been acting weird lately, but he denied it. Then he drops the bombshell. My mom might have done it. He was in on it. He was so in on it.
Yeah, if he knew.
Yeah. Apparently, my mother-in-law, let's call her Diane, is convinced I've been cheating on Tim. Why? Because last week she saw me having lunch with a coworker.
Were they side-sitting, though?
For the record, the coworker Kyle is gay and we were literally talking about work. But Diane decided I must be having an affair. And instead of, talking to me or Tim, she broke into our house in the middle of the night with scissors and went full Edward Scissorhands on my hair. That's insane.
I don't believe this is real.
I mean, OP's convinced it is. This morning, I confronted her. At first, she played innocent, but when I pressed her, she literally said, "Well, maybe now you'll think twice before humiliating my son." I was fuming. I told her Kyle isn't even into women, but she just rolled her eyes and said something like, "That's what they all say."
They say they're all gay these days.
I didn't even know how to respond to that level of delusion. Tim is horrified and apologetic, but I'm struggling here. This woman violated my personal space, destroyed my hair, and acted like she was in the right. I want to go no contact with her, but Tim is stuck between me and his mom, and I feel like this is going to be a huge blow up in our marriage. Any advice? Because I'm honestly at a loss here. And there is an edit.
Oh, that was a short one.
There's more.
Okay.
There's so much more to this story.
Oh, there is.
The fact that he is at all like, I don't know which way to go. There's good guys on both sides.
Well, I don't know if he's saying that.
Well, he's saying he's like always caught between his mom and OP. His mom literally cut her hair off. I'd be like, Mom, that's insane of you.
I don't think OP is saying he's not saying that. I think he's just like, how do I navigate these two very important relationships when one is very much in the wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's got to set some hard boundaries.
For sure.
Personally, conspiracy theory, I think he's in on it.
You think so?
I think his reaction to one, knowing that she was like the most likely culprit and then being like, oh, I don't know which one to choose. I think he's in on it. I think he thought she was cheating.
What do you think, Keon?
It sounds like, again, he's like, my mom may have done it.
Yeah, that is very
So
suspicious. Where he's like, at first he was like, I don't know. And then he's like, okay, like she does this thing when she's angry.
How did she break into the house? But there is an edit.
All right.
My husband and I will be going to my mother-in-law tomorrow to talk to her about the situation again. Hopefully everyone will be calmed down by then and I won't have to threaten legal action. Thank you all for the support and suggestions. I will keep them in mind. Edit number 2. To everyone saying this is fake, I don't know how to make you believe me, and honestly, I shouldn't have to. Send us a picture of your hair.
Send it. Do it.
I'm sitting here crying in my friend's guest room, completely broken, trying to make sense of how my life has fallen apart in the span of 24 hours. My husband, the person I thought I could trust the most, betrayed me in the most humiliating way possible. His mother violated me in my sleep, and now strangers are telling me my pain isn't real. I wish with everything in me that this wasn't real. I wish I wasn't sitting here trying to figure out how to rebuild my life, how to ever trust someone again, or how to even face the people around me after this. I've barely eaten, I've been shaking all day, and I feel like my world is crumbling beneath me. I turned to Reddit because I don't know where else to go. I need advice, a sense of support, something to help hold myself together. But these accusations, they're just making me feel even more alone. Look what you've done, Alex.
What the hell? What the hell?
You. If you can't believe me, fine, but please don't make this harder than it is. I wouldn't wish this pain on anyone. And there is an update. Update. My mother-in-law cut my hair in my sleep because she thought I cheated on my husband. And now I found out my husband helped her. I was freaking right.
I did not believe that.
You didn't believe me?
I believe
your
you.
friend.
It's not your opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I was right,
simple.
so joke's on you. After the conversation we had with Diane this morning, I noticed my husband Tim was acting acting weird.
Shut up.
At first, I thought it was just guilt about standing up to his mom, but it felt like more than that. He's been avoiding eye contact and getting defensive when I bring up what happened. Earlier, I couldn't take it anymore, so I sat him down and told him he needed to be 100% honest with me about everything. That's when he dropped the bombshell. Apparently, Diane didn't come up with the haircut idea on her own. That's even worse.
Oh, he's like OG idea.
It's not even that he was involved in it. Like he was accomplice. He was the mastermind.
He was the villain mastermind.
Tim admitted that he knew about it ahead of time and even helped her plan it. And even helped her. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. He said he truly thought I was cheating on him with Kyle, my gay coworker, because Diane had convinced him that there was too much evidence to ignore. When she suggested cutting my hair as some kind of weird punishment, he didn't stop her. In fact, he let her into our house that night while I was sleeping.
No.
You immediately have to get divorced. Tim said he didn't want to confront me directly because he wasn't ready for the truth. So instead, he let his mother do this insane thing to me, thinking it would force me to come clean. Afterward, when I didn't admit to cheating, he started realizing that he might have been wrong. He kept saying, I'm so sorry, I was just confused. But I honestly don't know how to process this. This wasn't just Diane acting like a lunatic, this was both of them, and my own husband betrayed me in one of the most humiliating ways possible. I packed a bag and am staying with a friend tonight, and while I figure out what to do, I don't know if I can ever trust him again after this. It's not just the haircut, it's the fact that he didn't talk to me, believed the worst about me without any proof, and actively participated in something so cruel and violating. As for Diane, she's officially deceased to me. I've already told Tim that I don't want her in my life ever again, regardless of what happens between us. Right now, I'm torn. Part of me wants to file a police report on both of them for what they did, but I'm scared of how messy it will get. Another part of me just wants to cut ties and move on, but that feels like letting them off too easy. I don't know what my next step is, but I do know this. I deserve better than this. That's, incredibly low bar.
That is the truth. You do deserve better than that.
Thank you to everyone who has supported me through this. Your comments and advice have meant the world, and I'm truly grateful for the kindness and understanding. It's helping me find the strength to figure out what comes next. And there is an update, but what do you think OP should do?
One, I think that we all have the capacity for some craziness. I'm not justifying. Let me finish the thought.
Okay, finish the thought.
I'm not justifying his behavior in the slightest.
Sure.
We all have the capacity for craziness. It seems like he thought his whole world was crumbling beneath his feet.
Yeah.
And his wife was cheating on him, and he sought out something wild. It's like a Hail Mary. I don't know his thought process.
Sure.
On OP's side, she is so correct.
Yeah.
That, how could you trust someone
exactly
ever again who, when they believe they are being wronged in the relationship, they will go to extreme measures in ways that literally violate you.
Yeah, instead of communicating.
So as OP, I don't understand how you could ever trust that person again.
Exactly. When she's deciding whether or not to divorce him. Yeah.
Yeah, as an outsider, I could have a slight amount of empathy and be like, damn, that was crazy, but we're all kind of crazy. But as OP, I don't see a road back to trusting or forgiving that person.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think she has to kind of divorce him. But there is another update. I think I'm going to divorce him, and I may file a police report. After everything that's happened, I've been thinking a lot about my next steps, and I've come to a heartbreaking but necessary conclusion. I don't think there's any coming back from this. I trusted Tim with my heart, my safety, my life, and he betrayed me in ways I never thought possible. I can't imagine a future where I feel safe with him, where I can trust him, or where I don't carry the weight of this violation every day. I'm strongly considering filing for divorce. The thought of staying with him feels unbearable, but at the same time, I can't stop worrying about the messiness of it all. I just want to cut ties completely, to walk away and rebuild my life without him or his mother dragging me down any further. As for filing a police report, I'm leaning toward it, but I'm scared of what it might bring. I know what they did was a crime. My own husband let his mother into our home to assault me in my sleep, but the thought of dealing with legal battles or even just having to relive this again and again in statements is exhausting. Yeah, part of me wants to hold them accountable, but another part just wants to run far away and never look back.
That's what I was thinking. Would this just be out of punishment And is there a possibility that you actually
Do
might
more harm to yourself.
do more harm to yourself and punish yourself in the process?
Yeah, I had to try and get a police report when my car got hit in a parking garage. Like I never found out who it was, and it was so annoying going through like the police and then the security and filing the report and never getting anything back about it. And so I can only imagine that this is like 20 degrees harder. So yeah, it's just up to where you're at right now. Right now, I'm taking it one step at a time. I've been talking to friends, trying to find some clarity in all of this chaos. It's terrifying and painful, but I know one thing for sure. I deserve so much better than this.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who has shown me kindness and support. It means the world to me right now.
There's 2 text messages. I'm going to pull them up on the...
Okay, text messages. We have
the first one, I'm pretty sure.
Presumably from OP. I need you to be honest with me. Did you know what mother-in-law was going to do? And the OP's husband says, I didn't think it would go this far.
Okay.
OP says, that is not an answer. Did you know she was planning to cut my hair? The husband says, she was upset, okay? She kept saying you needed to learn a lesson, but I didn't think she would actually do it. OP responds, learn a lesson? Are you hearing yourself right now? She told you she was going to do it and you still let her in? I thought maybe she'd cool down after talking to you.
I call BS.
Liar. She told you she wanted to teach me about lesson by cutting my hair and you thought it would be fine. What is wrong with you? I didn't think she'd actually go through with it. But you didn't stop her either. You didn't warn me, didn't protect me. You just let it happen. I didn't know how to handle it, okay? She was so worked up. I didn't want to make things worse.
And then there's another text message. I'll pull that up too.
This is not. I'm calling BS.
That's a lie. Yeah, he's a liar.
If your mother is saying, I'm going to go in and cut her hair, and you're like in your head thinking, I'm going to let her in and they're going to have a nice conversation about it.
And then you don't like go into the room
to check and protect your partner.
For this one, have Sophia read the blue and then Alex read the gray.
Worse? How could it possibly get worse? You knew she was going to do it and you let her.
I didn't mean for it to happen like this.
But it did happen. And now I'm sitting here humiliated, betrayed, and wondering how I'm supposed to ever trust you again.
I'm sorry. I really am.
With 1 L. Sorry doesn't fix this. Sorry doesn't make me feel safe in my own home anymore. I don't know who you are anymore.
Ooh.
I need space to figure this out.
Blank, please just come home and we could talk about this.
No, you made your choice and now I'm gonna make mine. And she walks out.
Damn.
Mic drop.
Mic freaking drop.
And OP continues, I'm going through an incredibly traumatic situation and I don't know what my legal options are. My mother-in-law entered my home in the middle of the night with my husband's knowledge and cut my hair while I was sleeping. She did this because she believed I was cheating. I wasn't. I confronted my husband while he didn't outright admit to planning this, and he essentially confessed to knowing what his mom intended to do and letting her into our house that night. I'm planning to leave him and am seriously considering filing both a police report for assault on my mother-in-law and a report against my husband for enabling her. Would this conversation be enough to support filing a police report for what happened? I think so. I mean, if that's what OP wants to do, I think that's a lot of proof.
I have no idea about legality. I'll say that. But he didn't say, I knew she was going to do this and I let her in.
But does confirm that she did it. Could it help me in a divorce if I decided to pursue one? Is it worth consulting a lawyer even if I'm not 100% sure about filing a report yet? And I hope that you guys are 100% sure about joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Just tap our profile. We're probably live right now. I've documented everything, photos of my hair, text messages with my husband, and written down the timeline of events. I just don't know if this conversation would actually hold up as evidence since he doesn't outright admit to anything, but heavily implies it. Any advice is appreciated. I'm feeling lost, scared, and overwhelmed right now. And that is the end of that story.